Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the February 5th, 2023 full moon in Leo, part 2 of 2. Now, it's important to look at the aspects this makes to points in your natal chart, as this could impact how it affects you. This will be making a conjunction to my natal Venus in Leo in the fourth house. Now, this could manifest in a number of ways. It may be some revelation or unveiling of money that will help an extravagant home situation. It may be wishful thinking, but it may also be expressed in a awareness of a love relationship with someone that may actually be a Leo sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those characteristics. And it's somebody also that I may feel close to home with and may be there for me in the latter part of life. Um, I'm thinking also, it could be expressed in, could be the ending, of having grandiose expectations of relationships, which include important friendships. And even if I had shown that I cared for them, I would say caring and sympathy is connected with the fourth house in astrology. Leo is, grandiose relationships, of course, is connected with Venus. Now, it's also important to look at the electional aspects this makes, as this could flavor the transit. This is going to be making a close square to Uranus and Taurus. Now, by itself, the aspect may give more emotional instability at this time, and there may be a conflict between introverted home related matters, which is the moon, and goals, aspirations, and friendships, which is Uranus. And also, some may become tired, exasperated, and simply full. It could be of domineering, arrogant, and these superior, supposed superior, which is Leo, home and family members, which is the moon. And then the square to Uranus, however, may give difficulty in finding freedom from the situation and ultimately even finding peace as a result. Freedom is connected with Uranus and peace associated with Taurus. Um, Another thing too, it's also important to look at other electional transits as they may be intensified and amplified because they're taking place at the same time as this full moon in Leo. Now, Mercury in Capricorn is going to be making a conjunction to Pluto. Now, this may be expressed in a number of ways. It could be a time for provocative and deep conversations regarding Capricorn related subjects such as business, politics, government, information technology, and authority figures. This could be a time for writings, which is Mercury, regarding corruption, which is Pluto, involving people and authority, and that's Capricorn. It could be about the misuse of power as well. And with the full moon in Leo occurring, it could be an opportune time for those people to be exposed, as the full moon is connected with revelations and unveilings. Hold on a moment, people. Trying to see some other transits to my chart now. Well, it's also important to look at other transits to your chart because they're going to be accentuated and emphasized because they're taking place at the same time as this full moon in Leo transit. Transit Mercury in Capricorn in my ninth house will make a trine to my natal Taurus ascendant. Now, by itself, the transit may manifest in easily being able to articulate my thoughts outwardly. And this will likely be easily understood by others. Now, there would be, I would say, a less chance of my communications being misconstrued or ambiguous. More specifically, it may be expressed in business, which is Capricorn, ideas, which is Mercury, which I am optimistic, and that's the ninth house about. And with the trine to my Taurus ascendant, this may be expressed outwardly in a very composed, placid, and pleasant manner. Mercury in Capricorn can be about thinking that is very introspective, premeditative, and planned. It will fall in my ninth house of expanding horizons. With this making the trine to my Taurus ascendant, I will likely have the vitality and physical energy to embark on these things that have been thought about. With the ascendant being in Taurus, it may be a lot of latent energy behind powers of endurance. Now, this transit is going to make a conjunction to Tyree Nichols' natal Mars and Leo. This may be expressed in an unveiling regarding the attack on him. We already know a good amount about the attack. However, we may find out more at this time. And with this being in Leo, I mean, this was an attack that was very savage. It was one which I would say even with a lot of that Leo-like ferocity. And remember, in a negative manifestation, Leo can be associated with bullying. Leo wants to dominate. And at least one of the officers was boasting about what he did. He was talking about laying haymakers on him, sadly. And anyway, last thing I want to get to, okay, there's going to be the 65th annual Grammy Awards will be held on this day of the full moon in Leo. And Grammy Awards go to people that are recognized for outstanding achievements associated with music. The full moon is about disclosures. And Leo is associated with entertainment, attention, notoriety, and accolades. And the fact the Grammy Awards take place on the day of the full moon can give more significance to it. Now, as an example, the ratings for these Grammy Awards may be one of the best ever. They may not be unprecedented, but it might be one of the best ratings that the Grammys ever had. Performances on the show may be exceptionally captivating. Exposure for winning an award may lead to more money than the person may have anticipated. Now, renowned singer-songwriter Beyonce is nominated for 9 awards, and I wouldn't be surprised if she wins a number of them, like say 5 or 6 anyway. But anyway, people, first, before I go, there's something I wanted to talk about. I'm going off on a Gemini moon tangent here, but it's interesting. I was I would say everything but inundated, with complaints remember that time when I had those videos where people couldn't really hear me loud enough because I had, the recording level, sound level on low, and I wasn't aware of it at the time. And, it's funny, ever since, I started making, my videos have better sound quality, very few people have even wrote me and, said, thanks, say you did, correct the sound, the recording volume on here, really appreciate the sound quality is better. And it's sad, and I hate to say this and sound negative or derogatory, but it tells me where we are in life and society when people, have to emphasize the negative, and when somebody does something to correct the problem, people aren't going to be inclined to say, hey, thanks, Edwin, thanks for making the sound quality better and improving it. When people sometimes just have to write you when it's something negative regarding something you're doing. I had some of you may remember I put up, I reposted a number of times that video. I was trying to get to Colorado, and I didn't really get much of a response from it. And it's just terrible where we are in life when we have so many people that just want to write when it's something, negative about a person. And, I guess maybe that's how we're programmed in a way, and how we're conditioned, that if it's something negative that's affecting us, then we feel more compelled to reach out to the person. But why won't people reach out when there's some to be of, to either be positive and complimentary, or to actually give support or try to assist the person. And that's something I'll never really quite understand. You know, again, and maybe it has to do with our conditioning and how we're programmed in life. But anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.